emphasize the role of real estate in boosting economic growth in Nigeria. According to some economic experts, real estate as an economic subsector in Nigeria has remained one of the potential revenue drivers for the country's economy. How well have you utilized the real estate as a driver of the nation's economy? These and other issues will be the focus of the program today. My name is Nomso Thoma, and you are watching Housing Development. We'll also bring you up to speed with happenings in the housing sector. Let's hook you up with our news desk. I'll be back. Former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo says for Nigeria to make remarkable progress in infrastructural development, the gap between the federal government and professionals in the built environment, especially engineers, must be bridged. He said collaboration between the industry professions and the government was necessary, as there would be no development without it. Obasanjo spoke at the induction of Chief Femi Olopade as Honorary Fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering in Lagos. He noted that foreign incursion into the profession should be addressed to enable indigenous engineers to grow. Experts in the built environment have asked government at all levels to consider urban renewal as a major step in curbing the problem of building collapse in the country. They stated that the problem of building collapse was shameful for a country like Nigeria. The President, Architects Registration Council of Nigeria, Sir Dikbo Ajayi, said government's lack of willpower had encouraged slums and compounded environmental challenges. Ajayi and other stakeholders spoke at a meeting convened by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency to find solutions to the problem of building collapse in the state. Governor Abubakar Bello of Niger State has inaugurated a 30-man technical support team for the preparation of the state urban policy. The terms of reference of the team include to review and validate the Urban Diagnostic Report, draft state urban policy and state smart city strategy, and support the policy preparation process. He said that the committee was saddled with the responsibility of monitoring effectively the process of preparation and validation of the state urban development policy. Bello was represented by Alhaji Ahmed Mantani, the secretary to the state government, who is also the chairman of the team. The General Manager, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Mrs. Abiola Kosegbe, has declared a lot of buildings in the state were distressed. She spoke at a stakeholders meeting on collapsed building organized by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency at Alausa on Wednesday. Kosegbe, who said the statistics were alarming, assured that the agency had taken inventory and was already working towards addressing them. She appealed to residents to subject their buildings to integrity tests, noting that all hands must be on deck to prevent building collapse in the state. And on the foreign scene, Democratic presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders announced highlights of his national housing plan during a speech on Saturday, emphasizing renter protections and investments in affordable housing. The plan will cost approximately $2.5 trillion over the next 10 years, the Vermont Independent said during a speech in Las Vegas, acknowledging that it is expensive. Sanders said he will call for a national rent control standard. He said capping annual rent increases throughout the country at no more than 1.5 times the rate of inflation, or 3%, whichever is higher. Sanders did not offer specifics on how he would pay for the plan, aside from raising taxes on the top 1/10 of 1% of American households. Talking about distressed buildings, it will be a safety precaution if buildings are subjected to integrity tests. This will go a long way in ending the menace of building collapse. Those were major stories for the week. For more, you can visit the largest housing news portal at www.housingnews.org.ng. Now, the role of real estate to economic growth is overlooked in developing economies, and because of this, the potential is often missed. Why is this so, when it is a huge sector that can boost the economy of a nation? In this report, we'll look at ways real estate can contribute to Nigeria's economy. Take a look. Real estate plays an integral role in the Nigerian economy. Residential real estate provides housing for families. It is often the greatest source of wealth and savings for many families. Commercial real estate, which includes apartment buildings, create jobs and spaces for retail offices and manufacturing. Real estate business and investment provide a source of revenue for millions. Globally, real estate sector is one of the most profitable ventures of several economies and one of the indices of measuring economic growth of a society. It is a sector that mirrors the economic viability and sustainability of an economy and its poverty level. In generality, the level of infrastructure development in the country says a lot about its economic status. The role of real estate to economic growth is overlooked in developing economies, and thus its potential is often missed. Speaking on how real estate can benefit Nigeria's economy, these housing stakeholders say housing can provide massive employment in Nigeria if gotten right.
It's a fundamental fact. In every other economy in the world, one of the things you check is the state of housing. Why? Because it's one of the largest provider of employment, and it also is a major social need. Until people have the basic social needs met, they cannot be happy, they cannot be content. And on top of that, you've got a population that is essentially over 60% under the age of 30. That means these are people who are starting families, who are starting out on their own, they want to assert themselves, so you need to create employment. And there's one of the fastest ways to create employment is housing.
Real estate is a major contributor to the economy in so many areas. Is it in the building construction, in the manufacturing industry when we talk of building materials, and even in the training, every aspect of that construction is more or less a source of income generation. And also, you also want to talk to the extent of infrastructure. They also provide jobs for the people.
For this real estate expert, he says if investors put money into real estate, it can lead to redistribution of wealth.
Yes, it can. Of course, if money is injected into the system, investors, putting in money in real estate, it can lead to redistribution of wealth, because that way, you're going to be hiring lots of workers to lead to job creation. You're going to be buying, lots of products, from other manufacturing companies. So I think it's something that the government should look into. If we can provide lots of infrastructure, it can actually improve the economy of the country at large.
Real estate is somewhat seen as a domain of the developed world who have in the past exceeded their capacity to embark on very huge infrastructure projects. It is believed that if Nigeria completely keys into the industry, it will serve as an economic boost for the nation. Looking for a reliable media company to boost your brand? Fesedeb Media Group is Nigeria's leading communication brand in the housing sector. Let us showcase your products and services to over 40 million viewers on our weekly television program on TVC and AIT. Contact us for brand development and growth, media packaging and advertisement, housing development advocacy, event and project management. Send us an email via fesedebmediagroup@gmail.com.
Fesedeb Media Group, the leading communication brand in housing.
That was an extensive report on how real estate can be harnessed in Nigeria's economy. Up next is a report on the inauguration of Family Homes Funds Board by Nigeria's Finance Minister, and it took place on the 16th of September in Abuja. Here are the details. The Nigerian Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, on Monday inaugurated the board of the largest federal government social housing scheme, Family Homes Funds, at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. The event marks a milestone in the administration of Family Homes Funds, who are vested with the responsibility of significantly bridging the housing gap in Nigeria by building at least 500,000 affordable houses by 2023 and creating up to 1.5 million jobs in the process. While speaking at the inauguration, the minister, Zainab Ahmed, said that the appointment of the members of the board is a testimony of President Muhammadu Buhari's trust in their ability to champion affordable housing provision in Nigeria through Family Homes Funds.
Your appointment is a testimony of Mr. President's trust and confidence in your ability and in your experience to steer the affairs of the company successfully.
The newly appointed chairman of the board, Alhaji Suleiman Barau, promised to lead the board in delivery of all tasks assigned to it.
Honorable Minister, thank you very much for putting this board together. We have listened to your speech, and we commit that as we leave here, I understand the MD has already structured a board meeting for us. We're going to take time to deliberate on every word that you've said on your speech to make sure that it fits into our strategy, going forward, so that at the end of the day, your expectations are not only met, but surpassed.
Femi Adewale, the MD and CEO of Family Homes Funds Limited, who also spoke on the sidelines of the meeting, says the inauguration of the board will enable the fund develop the strong corporate governance needed to carry out its mandate.
This is a very big landmark for the fund in the sense that the Honorable Minister has now inaugurated the board of directors for the fund. So that enables us to develop the strong corporate governance that is needed to do what we have to do. So for me, this is a stage 2 of the development of the Family Homes Funds, which now positions us for the big results that we are expecting.
The newly inaugurated board is chaired by Alhaji Suleiman Barau, a former Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. Other members of the board include Femi Adewale, the MD of Family Homes Funds, Surveyor Mohammed Rashid Omar, Uche Orji of Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, Aliyu Ahmed, Architect Muhammad Adamu Gimba, and C.A. Oguma. The MD promised to make Nigerians proud through partnerships and by repaying the trust reposed on them.
One of the most prominent features of your house is your roof. Your roof will tell how old your building is. At Plus World, we pride ourselves in having the expertise and products to bring your roof back to life. While other roofing companies suggest removing the roof, we restore the roof with warranty assurance. Let Plus World Roofing recoat your old and fading roofs and make your roofs brand new. Our products are eco-friendly and completely harmless to human and the environment. We offer services that will sustain your roof's integrity and by extension, your property value. This includes roof repairs and maintenance for residential, commercial, and industrial properties. Our roof restoration solution saves you up to 70% the cost of replacing your roof. Contact Plus World Roofing today. Plus World Roofing. Why re-roof when you can restore?
Glad to have you back. Now talking about tackling housing finance in Nigeria and the way forward, Family Homes Funds in partnership with Niche Affordable Housing recently held the second edition of the Cooperative Housing Workshop with the theme aggregating off-taker savings for affordable housing in Nigeria. Let's bring you the details. The second edition of the Cooperative Housing Workshop, organized by Niche Affordable Housing and Family Homes Funds, held on the 16th of September 2019. The workshop, which had the theme Aggregating Off-Taker Savings for Affordable Housing in Nigeria, aims to pool resources and brings heads of cooperative together to establish housing finance for off-takers. Speaking in an interview, Yemi Adelako, MD and CEO Niche Affordable Housing, says the workshop is to educate cooperatives on why they should come together and increase their ability to bargain with other stakeholders in the housing industry to empower buyers and renters of houses to be able to come up with a fund.
We have called this workshop to educate ourselves on why we should come together as cooperatives and increase our ability to bargain with other stakeholders in the housing industry, to empower buyers and renters of houses to be able to come out with the funds. When they cannot come with equity contribution immediately, they contribute systematically.
For Anders Lindquist, co-founder of Ecostone, he believes advocacy of demand-driven approach to affordable housing in which the customer is key is a great step towards achieving affordable housing.
good governance is key to whatever you're doing, whatever you're starting at home and into businesses. So good governance is key. You need to make sure that when you join a corporation, that your money and your interest is well taken care of and represented properly. So you cannot, skimp on good governance. That is absolute key.
A cooperative housing savings scheme group was inaugurated to allow housing groups put resources together and increase the savings base in the housing sector through cooperatives.
My name is Dr. Mrs. Hannatu Adamu Fika. Actually, I'm a great fan of this program. Every week, I stay back and watch AIT to ensure that I listen to what they say, and I want to encourage all Nigerians to watch this program.
Achieving affordable housing in Nigeria would continually be our aim on this program, and we won't stop advocacy until we get it done. Talking about affordable housing, what would the average day-to-day struggling Nigeria term as affordable when it comes to buying a house? Is it possible for a common man to own a home in Nigeria? On a lighter note, let's hear from voices on the streets. Take a look.
Well, it would take supernatural intervention for a common man to have a house in Nigeria because the minimum wage is too low. You can't plan your future with that, and obviously you can't own a house with this present minimum wage. Even at the new increment on the minimum wage, 30,000 naira, is still too low. So for me, my opinion is you will need to pray very hard and fast for 2 years, maybe, probably, if you can, to own a house in Nigeria, a common man, that is.
It's not possible. It's impossible. I don't know how to put it, because everything is so high in Nigeria. There's no job. We that are selling market, we don't see any profit. There's no way. If I say it's possible, you know, I'm deceiving myself. And I pass the age of deceiving myself.
It's very possible by divine providence. So I will not say it's not possible. It's very possible. With God, all things possible.
It's difficult. It's difficult. It is hard because the opportunity is not there, and I see that it's designed for the elite. It's difficult for a common man to actually get the loan or get the facility, what it takes to get on a house. It's difficult.
For me, I would say it's possible, because let me say if they are paying you, like, okay, let me use people in the marketplace. They are selling and they are making profit of, like, in a month they are able to earn 100,000. If they can save and manage themselves, they'll be able to get a property in Nigeria.
It depends on what the person is doing anyway. If the person is doing, like, say, business and start saving a little amount of the money that he's making from the business and targeted his or herself, himself in a period of time, it's very possible to earn a house.
Quite interesting answers we got there. It almost seems like all hopes have been lost. Well, that will be a topic for another day. Now it's good news for those of you in need of luxury at affordable prices. Are you in need of a developer you can trust with your housing needs? Let's hook you up with Urban Shelter Limited. Here's a quick one from them.
Over the past 30 years, Urban Shelter has spent tremendous amount of resources in defining and developing technologies that would allow us to house Nigerians, basically at a very affordable price. I'm glad to say that Urban Shelter, as of today, is one of the leading organizations in providing housing, affordable housing for Nigerians. The Brick City project, located in Kubwa, Abuja, is a fair example that shows you where Urban Shelter has housed over 1,200 families with price range in a range of 5 million naira. I believe, as of today, we are one of the most important companies, or one of the largest companies that had attained that level of satisfaction. In doing so, Urban Shelter has contributed to a large extent to all the programs that the federal government has initiated in providing housing for all. We are participant in the FISH program. We also contributed into the Land Swap Act of the FCT. We are owner and developer of the two major factories of clay brick, the red brick, in Nigeria. So what that does, it allows us to control the cost implication that comes into developing a house. Once you control the cost, you can control the deliverables. I'm glad to say that that product is manufactured and provided in Nigeria. It's not imported. It allows us to control the cost of it. We also use Nigerians to develop and build these houses. So I think those elements put together allow us to provide those houses at a very low price. Urban Shelter Limited has been working in the past year to develop a flexible payment plan that would allow its clients to key in easily. We have analyzed and reviewed the tremendous issues and challenges associated with the mortgage in Nigeria, and we thought that defining a flexible way for people to own a house is the way forward. In doing so, Urban Shelter developed the Stay and Pay program that allows you to move into your house and continue paying while you live into the house. So we thought that that could not only allow you to pay your house while living in it, but will also allow you to stay away from paying rent while you're trying to acquire a house. The Stay and Pay also, depending on the projects, gives you a flexibility to pay over 5, 6, 7, or even 10 years. We thought that it could be a tremendous instrument that would allow people to acquire more and to really afford more in the premise of getting a house.
You can get a house at Urban Shelter Limited by calling the numbers displayed on your TV screen.
My name is Andrew Chimponda, the Group Chief Executive and Managing Director of Shelter Afrique. I strongly endorse the housing program and housing show, and I think you should keep watching it. Thank you.
On that note, we'll call it a wrap on the program today. To catch up on all you've missed and also to watch previous episodes, please visit our YouTube channel at Housing TV Africa. You can also go follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Housing Program. For those who want to be part of this program in terms of sponsorship and advertisement, you can send a WhatsApp message to the number on your TV screen or send a mail on housingdevelopmentprogram@gmail.com. My name is Nomso Thoma. I'll see you next week, same time, same station.